Meditation plus visualization is equal to manifestation. When you have understood this formula through your own experience, you have become a master. You have become a Jagat Guru. Only visualization without meditation will not manifest. The more you do meditation, the better your visualization will be, and the better your visualization, the better your manifestation will be. Visualization means the mind power. Meditation means soul power. Soul power plus mind power is equal to manifestation. Meditation is soul power. It's not mind power. You have removed the mind, and you are with the soul. Soul is a chip of God. Meditation is God's power. Visualization is your power. The mind's power is equal to manifestation. We want to manifest. We are all creators. A creator means we must create something. It doesn't come to us. We have to create it from within. So that manifestation is a function of a creator. When you are able to manifest according to your wishes, then you understood that yes, you are a creator. Chandraji manifested this 40 days program for everybody. He committed himself for it. He said, I will do it. Then it has been done now. He wanted to manifest this whole program, 40 days program. Years of meditation he did. Then he visualized, I must do something. Meditation is God utilizing your own power, God's power as God. But visualization is using your mind power. Both are equally important. The soul power and the mind power is equal to manifestation. Whatever you want. This is the formula for everybody. Because everybody wants to manifest something. They want something in life. Abundance, newness, miracles, bliss, health, happiness are there for everybody. But it is specifically for those people who have done a lot of meditation and a lot of visualization.
Happy morning, friends. Happy evening for those joining from the West. Welcome back. We're starting the third week of this 40-day program. We've understood the basic science of meditation, understood how meditation helps healing the body and improving our mind power. Health of the body is a means for us to live and experience more. When I first heard our thoughts create our reality, it was strange. I always thought that somebody else is either supporting me or obstructing in my way to reach whatever goals that I want. But when I understood this, I always knew about visualization, but I didn't have meditation. So all the concepts that I had learned was only for others. That's how I used to think. So friends, this week we'll understand how meditation helps create our reality. And I welcome back Chandra, from whom I have learned everything about meditation. I learned that what I lived was, and what I learned earlier, what I knew earlier was nothing. Thank you, Chandra, and welcome back.
Thank you, Rakesh. We all come together with our soul connections. Happy morning, dear friends and masters. A wonderful afternoon, evening. Dawson Church, in his book, talks about an event, an experience where he is able to find keys of his apartment that he dropped in the ocean and then you found them. You drop something in ocean, the thought that we have is that it's gone. We're talking about ocean here, not a pond. Even if we have a thought, to recognize that the possibilities of getting something out of the ocean, which is, and particularly in his case, where he was doing the scuba diving for at least in a range of 300, 400 meters, or snorkeling, one of them, to be able to figure out where in that whole area that you got to search and go to the bottom of the sea and then doing all that stuff. It's got so many bushes being on the edge of the reefs. But it still happened because he knew the principles of manifestation. He knew to not give up. He knew to focus. He knew that there is some intelligence that's helping in all the time. In my case, I had no clue how we would get our company acquired because it had a lot of history. I had no clue that will it get acquired, how will it get acquired, what is that thing that's going to make it happen. Our company, after 12 years of existence, while it may have a great product, it didn't have adequate revenues for someone to say that it is actually good from a conventional means perspective. Conventional wisdom is telling you, after so many years, you got to be here. But then I knew the concept of how to focus and what not to think, and then also trust the process that there is this intelligence that is helping in some way because you're focused on experience more. You're sincerely intending to experience more. One of our Buddha CEOs, Sridhar Saraswati, wanted to open a company. All he knew is I had this wish and I want to open the company. And open the company, you think about it, write it, you intend it. And it happens. Without he worrying about it too much, I don't know, without actually having an idea that where it's going to come from. But it came from somewhere. And every time it comes in the most surprising way, in the least expected way. Another Buddha CEO who has been struggling to get is real estate. Some stuff that has been stuck for years. But they come into meditation, start connecting with our intelligence, which is coming in many, many unexpected forms to help resolve the conflicts. And so then understood the concept of visualization, start visualizing, and then are doing meditation to connect. And so then in no time, in less than 4 months, it gets resolved. The deal gets done. Somebody had several family challenges. Family challenges that are court cases. But they do get resolved in an unexpected way. You can't even think, but then they do get resolved. And a year and a half later, now they're resolved, happy, living beautifully, or at least making a beginning to live again, back. Every time, dear friends, if we have a sincere intent and coupled with meditation, the intent is equal to whether your affirmation, whether your imagination, whether your visualization, or dream every now and then, whatever that may be, then if that is done, then that is set, or it is a vision board. When you intend without a doubt, when you intend without a limitation on your capabilities or on the capabilities of this quantum field, that what can happen when we intend without a doubt, with adequate meditation, which is making us a connection to our higher mind or this greater intelligence, and we also call superconscious mind, makes a connection to act and reciprocate in return to make it happen for us. I had seen in one of the Joe Dispenza's workshops, somebody was in a wheelchair. At the end of the week, came out of the wheelchair. Somebody could not swallow something hard. Anything hard, if they swallowed, they were scared that they will choke to death, because it happened in their family for at least 4 different people in generations. So about a certain age, that thing kicks into their mind that, okay, now it is the risk is there anytime if I can eat anything hard, cannot swallow and then choke to death. So I didn't want to do it. In the beginning of the workshop, or the end of the workshop, is happily eating everything. Things can happen immediately, things can take time, but they're happening all the time. It comes with the understanding that we are the creator, we are the co-creator, that we can create. There is no limitation of what we can create. There are only consequences. Yesterday we were talking about cause and effect. This law of manifestation can beautifully be learned to create whatever that we wish. We can create, like Mahatma Gandhiji, a great non-violent freedom for India, or one goes about creating, like Hitler, the hell on the earth. It's a choice, but however, dear friends, when we have meditation, the power to create is there, but also the power to reason out. The power to reason out. And then the power to discern right and wrong is appropriately there. And so then we utilize all that we gain towards a beautiful creation. Towards something that helps not only me, but everybody else. It still can be a good job. It still can be a business that I'm deeply interested in. Because when we are happy from inside out, then people around us are going to be happy. We know that. That is sufficient that we add value to the community around. So we will discuss these concepts of manifestation this week. Buddha's Quantum Foundation is definitely interested in enabling people to experience life more, no matter what it is. But consciously, we want to help understand the concepts enough that we are consciously creating. I will not visualize about growing my poultry business 100 times. I will not visualize to run my blood bank to have counts increase, the requests increase by 1 million times, increase count so that I can have more people donate blood. I don't want to visualize those. You don't want people to suffer in the first place so that you can increase more blood donation. That's not what we want. There are many ways that we can create an experience. And so we recognize and we understand what is right to create, what is not right to create. Sometimes we get lost in the organizational growth aspects of where are we going in the organizational growth. We forget the big picture. We are focused only towards the growth that is set to us, and so just want to go by hook or crook, want to achieve it. So we even forget what is the impact it's causing to the other side. But with meditation, dear friends, We gain the power to create, but we gain the power to discern the right thing to create, right and wrong. Let's go into our meditation once again, dear friends. Patriji said, simplified the formula. It's accessing the soul power, the unlimited soul power. For a moment, for our understanding, I would like to call that superconscious mind a quantum energy field power. Our mind, conscious mind, dealing with everything here, the culture, the society. Subconscious mind, the wisdom that we gain over periods of years, and then years from this lifetime, other lifetimes where we always are in the field, becoming energy and matter back and forth. So the subconscious mind is all the wisdom that is stored there, all our memories that are there that are driving us, the wisdom that we stored as facts for our life, which sort of navigates us whole life, the subconscious. The superconscious mind is the mind of everybody that is there in the quantum field, because we're all connected out there. Quantum energy field where everybody is connected as one, and so the superconscious mind. And so the superconscious mind is equal to soul power, if you take that way. And then he said, manifestation is accessing the unlimited power of our mind, the conscious mind, to visualize, to dream. And unlimited power of this superconscious mind, of this whole mind, one mind. Utilizing these two put together, so we have things happen. The conduit is the subconscious. Our meditation is helping us to access the conduit, to put stuff into it so that it can take it to the superconscious. This program, November, I was telling my team that let's have 20,000 registrations so that we create intense amount of awareness first. Our goal is to create first awareness and also identify people who are interested towards spirituality. We know that not everybody registers comes, but they have an intention. The moment somebody gets attracted to a flyer of this nature, that means we know they have intention. Somewhere they are thinking about it. We normally have about less than 2,000 registrations. We said, let's get to 20,000. And we were nowhere near 3.5 weeks ago, before the start of the program. But it's only one thing in our mind, that we are dreaming, we are talking, we are intending, and we're talking about that we need to get there. And we're going to get there. We don't know how it's going to come. But it happened. By the time the program started, we were at 15 or 16,000. So there are so many people who showed interest to come. And we're glad 10% of them are going through the program through various channels right now. We're happy about it. Versus the number that would go through before in the earlier programs. It happens. It didn't matter. When you think about 10 times more, then you're able to get there. It happens. It is how much you want to believe that the power is there within you, how much you want to believe that possibilities in the quantum field to create. These two are required to be really believed. We have the power to create, and then the quantum field has that possibility that it can bring it into our reality. These two things, as long as been believed without a doubt, things happen, dear friends. So let's go into the meditation once again. Those of you joined new for this program today, we are practicing breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to rest our mind completely. In this meditation, to empty the mind. Resting is the first part. Empty the mind so that many magical things happen in accessing this quantum field that exists everywhere. The idea of this meditation is to empty the mind of all thought and then be in that state of emptiness for as long as we can. When we empty the mind, we lose a sense of matter. That is the body, the environment, everything, because thoughts are the matter. And so when we empty the mind, we lose the sense of matter, and then we start experiencing what is really there. and what we are innately, and we are energy. The quantum fields perspective, we are energy. And so we start experiencing that emptiness, that energy. And we want to be in that state for as long as we can. And so by doing so, two things happen. One, when we rest our mind, empty the mind regularly, then 95% of what we think and feel every day is unwanted, negative, worrisome. And so we slowly eliminate them. And so then we build a lot of awareness for ourselves, and the day to day, every moment to moment, we build awareness about what we're thinking, feeling, so that we can switch to something more higher, more constructive. Then by emptying our mind, by placing ourselves in this quantum field of energy, something more beautiful happens. We connect to everything and everybody. We become more whole. And then we come out, and then we drop the differences with everybody. We start feeling more positiveness for people, no matter what they do to us. Something more beautiful is happening. And when we empty the mind, we start opening up because we experience something beyond the body. So we start understanding that there is something bigger than body, and we start becoming more open to possibilities, and so then we start creating. So many things that happen. We talked about this in day 1 and day 2 of these programs to understand why we're doing what we're doing. So you can watch them on the playlist in the YouTube. Buddha CEO Live is a keyword that I use, all single word, to go and then see and then know a little more about the technique. But here is how we're going to practice this. It's called breath mindfulness meditation. You sit down, as you see in the picture, on the chair, in the sofa, cross-legged, remove spectacles, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap, comfortably rested, posture, and then observe your breath. You can sit very comfortably. Spine need not be erect. Take your back support, no problem, and then observe your breath. When you observe your breath anywhere on the nose as a reference point, the breath that is natural for you, that in-breath and out-breath, no manipulation, no tampering of the breath with any pranayama. So we just observe your natural breath. When you do that slowly, mind is becoming empty. The breath is becoming lighter and shorter. Mind is becoming empty. And so as your mind is becoming empty, you may have sensations or visions of any kind. Be a witness to them. Body movements may be there. Be a witness to them. Do not interpret. In case you have any thought and you know you're thinking, attention back to the breath again. And again, observe, and slowly you go back to the emptiness and then be there. So thoughts will come, dear friends. Many of them will come. It appears like the stream of thought continuously, but do not open your eyes and then continue to put your attention back to the breath every time you see there is a thought. Right, friends? And before we do this, we're doing a practice called heart elevation. Just follow my guidance. And the process is here. The idea of heart elevation is to slow down our brain and then make it conducive to go into the empty states of mind faster. Relax yourself, dear friends. Sit comfortably. With your eyes closed, you can practice this meditation with your earphones on or off. Earphones are always enhancing the quality of the music and then effectiveness. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, keep your hands on your chest area, and with your attention on your sacred heart, feel heart center. Feel the seat of all emotions. Feel the center of your life experiences. This beautiful heart expanding all life with its energies of love, compassion, kindness, care. Connect with it. Can you recollect an experience from your life, from your past, from your present, where you felt enormous kindness, compassion, care, love? Relive that moment and feel that energy inside your body, inside your heart center. Feel it. The more we experience this energy of compassion, of love, the more we become coherent in our body and mind. We become coherent with that one mind, with that one heart. We are all deeply interconnected with each other. Allow yourself to radiate that energy onto every corner of this planet Earth with an intention to heal everybody, yourself, where your attention goes, there the energy flows. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your eyes closed, fingers into fingers, hands rested comfortably in your lap, observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends. When you observe your breath, the mind becomes empty. as our mind is becoming empty, we experience that greater emptiness, that quantum field of energy. yourself. To merge into your breath. And allow yourself to become totally empty of all thought. As your mind is becoming empty, become aware of that emptiness inside of you, all around you. become aware of that emptiness, where there's no body, where there's no thing, in no place and no time. When we empty your mind of all thought, we move away from matter. We experience that greater emptiness, that quantum field of energy. All emptiness is energy. That field of limitless possibilities. The longer you stay connected to this emptiness, to this energy, this void, the more you become of it, the more you receive from it. the longer you stay aware of this emptiness and energy, the more open you become, the more clearer you become.
and celebrate who I
Relax your body.
I am beautiful. I am powerful.
Feel your body.
And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate.
Recollect your experience from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then you may open your eyes. Okay, friends. Hope you enjoyed the session, meditation. First timers. We started off with a shorter duration, but we increased to about 45 minutes every day. It is okay if you did not and could not attend to the breath, or no, you felt you always had thought. It can appear tougher in the beginning, but it gets better and better in a few days. Please continue it. So friends, let me bring up a few slides around the manifestation process. To a let's see if I can get this right. Right, it's better. Okay, friend, the basis is the thoughts and feelings create a reality. And we're going to drill down onto this through a 5-step formula. And some of you are probably already practicing it. The 5 steps. Our thoughts and feelings create our reality. So it's all about how do I focus towards how do I put my attention? The step 1 is to putting our attention onto something. So developing single point focus, one point mindedness. The thoughts and feelings create reality. So I need to focus on things. So step 1 is developing single point mindedness. Step 2 is that I must be open to the thing that I'm asking for. I do not conclude early. I do not conclude beforehand that anyway I'm doing, but it's not going to happen. That kind of dialogue must be removed, open to the possibility. Step 3 is having clarity of the goal the way we are talking about. What is it I'm asking? Lack of removing any ambiguity. Something that you can measure yourself with. And visualizing, most important. Step 3 is about visualization, to utilize that unlimited power of that mind. 4 is that we have this deep-rooted conditioned beliefs that are autopilotly working as an autopilot from behind in negating our visualization process by setting feelings and signals in the opposite direction, because we've got this deep programmed limiting beliefs that block our manifestation, they block, that we're not aware of in normal thought level. And 5 is to accept and express gratitude, meaning whatever that's happening in our current life, in our present moment, to be accepting that, so that we can bring back coherency. We basically move to coherency, accepting what we're going through and then expressing gratitude is so important, to be in a state of coherency. So single-pointedness, openness to possibilities, setting goals and visualizing on the goals, reprogramming limiting beliefs, and then accept and then express gratitude to move into coherency. When you're coherent, when you're sending thought and feeling, then they are manifesting a lot faster. So first one, dear friends. Developing one-point mindedness. Focus. Last 2 weeks was about that. Last 2 weeks, we're understanding that meditation improves focus. We understood several mental abilities were improved significantly through meditation. Our concentration, of course, improves. But most importantly, focus is not just about concentration, but it's your physical health, your emotional health, your mental health. If I don't have energy, I can't focus. I say, hey, I have to sleep along so that I can put my attention back to the thing that I want. If I don't have good health, I can't focus. Every 2 days, 3 days, every 1 month, I have to check out my office because my health is not there. The focus, in a sense that we're talking not about just mind focus, we're talking about ability to put our attention and energy towards what we want fully. We are passionate about it, but our body is not cooperating. Our mind is not cooperating. And meditation, the first and foremost thing happening for anybody through meditation is getting that focus by building great sound body, sound mind. You know, all those feel-good hormones that we talked about, the dopamine, oxytocin, endorphins, serotonin, all of them are coming together, keeping us happy, not get bothered about what others are saying or thinking about us and where we are with our goals, but keep us happy so that we can still be focused towards what we're looking for. Daily breath mindfulness meditation is essential to stay focused, dear friends. And as I'm talking about this, some of our meditators, long-term practitioners, please do write in the chat in case you felt your focus is improving and improved significantly. You got to be regular. Various reasons we talked about it. The regularity, regularity, yes, 5 days if you do and 1 or 2 days here and there, no problem. It'll become like a food in the body. It'll become like a breakfast, without that breakfast or first meal, you're not going to go out. You know that you got to do it. You wake up and you got to brush your teeth. Something is wrong if you don't do it. Something is there. Our meditation must become that way to keep our body and mind regularly healthy and happy. And so we heard about it. Week 1 and week 2 is all about it. Yes, 5 days we eat, 1 day we want to do fasting, no problem. That's even for better. And here, 5 days you meditate for 45 minutes, 1 day you meditate for 3 hours. So regularity, dear friends, is leading towards a great sound body and mind, and an increased mental ability to focus. Even things like, hey, I'm not able to learn. Focus is not just about I'm not able to learn. When I'm not able to learn, then what happens? We check out. We feel, no, this is not for me. Let's say for a month we try and then not able to learn enough. Then what do? No, this is too tough for me. So let me change the project and go somewhere. We change. For various reasons, we change and we give up on what we're doing, we'll move to the next one. Because a simple thing as learning that is not there, it's not supporting me. And so, oh my God, this looks too complex, this is too new, this is too advanced, so I cannot do it, and so I come back. The abilities must increase. More meditation, more neural networks, more capacity to rewire. Single point mindedness is important. That's so that we set, we decide, and then we go on it. We are singular focused on it. Many leaders are this way. Leaders are doing it. They have this born quality. Where is this born quality coming from? We talked about this. Where we live is where we start from. When I finish my first grade, even if I change schools, I'm going to start in second grade. I'm not going to start at first grade. So people who have been meditating, I guess, for a while before in the previous lifetime, so they start from there. So they have a fundamental ability to focus. They have fundamental ability to not bother about things that are disturbing them. Their ability to stay on top of adversities and then still stay focused towards long-term vision without get buried down into the challenges that are happening today, because they know these two will pass. All of this come from a greater practice of meditation, having higher, better subconscious programs. So the second thing, dear friends, is developing openness to possibilities. This is very important, because half the time we doubt our capability, half the time we doubt the possibility of something happening. The customer, there is a tough customer who is always negotiating. And as a company, you want a better deal, and you want a better deal, better negotiation. But then you, if you're convinced and you have a belief that the customer anyways always has stronger say, and you concluded into your mind. So then when your team member is telling you, sir, this is a way we can go and then approach the customer to get a better, pricing for us. Then you say, okay, you try anyway, you try, but I know you're not going to agree, you try. I know you're not going to agree, you try. I know we're not going to get it, but let's just go and then try anyway. Hey, then maybe a parking lot there. Yeah, sure, but it's a peak hour, so I know, but it's not going to come, but you can go and try that. This is how we respond, because we already pre-concluded, we're not open. But what's the possibility of that client taking that point and then giving a better price? Is there at least one possibility that it can happen? Is there a possibility that you have an open parking lot there? Parking space there? That's a possibility. A salesman who is selling and he's into the business of recommending beautiful places for shooting, movie shooting. So their business of identifying this castle, that resort, and this one, that one, which are very, very beautiful. And then they support a long-term shooting of a movie. And so they have these deals with the resorts and castles and all kinds of special places. So they are the agents in the middle to get these. They have price and all of that. So they negotiate. And so then this business, and so the salesman is so focused and he's working with his client. The client wanted a castle in somewhere in London. So he was talking to them, he was giving them everything. He knew about the process of manifestation, he knew how to be open. So he's talking to them, and then it is all going great. The discussions are going great. They've seen it. They checked out all the details of the castle. They said, yes, this is the one that we want, that movie unit. 1 week before the board meeting to do it, then the client was telling them, hey, you know what? There is something else that has come up. Somebody showed some other venue and it looks a little more beautiful. And so it's unlikely that we're going to give you this now. There's somebody else pushing in the boardroom about the other location. See, these are Hollywood movies, so they cost a lot of money. So we're talking about the company, the production, before they go, then somebody will make a decision. You must easily spend $1 million on it. So the client tells this salesman that no, it's unlikely that he may get it because there is something else going on. The salesman had two choices. And the client tells him 2 days later that, hey, it's almost certain that the board is going to go in that way. Is making a decision. It's almost certain that they'll pick the other one, may not be this one. The salesman had two choices. Oh, okay. So the client himself or herself had told, not going to happen. So let me just forget it. Let me go to another client. But guess what? What the salesman was doing? He knew that there is a possibility that until the last minute is not done, it's not done. So he started typing the contract as if he's going to get it from them. The days leading to that board decision, he started typing the contract as if he's getting it. Now he step ahead. Number one is highly open. And he step ahead to type the contract. Because he knew that there is a possibility that the client can call that day and then give him the contract. And that's precisely what happened. On that board meeting day, for whatever reasons, they reversed the decision and they called him and said, this is a contract for you. So he's there. Next moment, the contract is out by email to them. Being open, dear friends, to the possibility, because anything is possible. We have to ask ourselves, when somebody is suggesting, when we get a thought about something that appears so abnormal, and this is the least expected possibility, this is what we call it quantum model. The field is giving us clues and information in a way that we least expect and imagine. And more often when we are seeing those as synchronicities, that means there is something happening for us. And it might appear to be unbelievable, but if we can stay open, say, what is the possibility of that thing happening? And if the answer to you is, there is a possibility. Further, what is a possibility? Is there a possibility? If the answer you say, yes, it is a possibility, then we should stay open. So that's what we intend to have. If you stay open and if you are focused, we start manifesting. We focus, but we keep blocking ourselves with all this inner chat. It's not possible. Or even you do it. So many times. Observe today. How many times you say, yeah, you do it, but it's fine. I don't think it's going to come. You try. The dialogue that we have. We conclude while we are trying. So third step, dear friends, is to setting clear goals and visualizing. We set goals. The goals need to be clear. There must be enough clarity around them. You need to know why you're asking what you're asking for. My colleague got a promotion. I want a promotion. Why do you need a promotion? We don't have a clue. Clarity. We need to know why we want what we want. Because when we know why we want what we want, then we can think about them, we can feel about them, we can visualize on that. The primary reality of everything we experience in our life is first in the energy template. The primary reality, that means the first it happens in the energy field as a template that we construct. In a thought field, we construct, we imagine, in the more clearer we construct, like an architect, the best example. A building architect cannot go on building things to get what they want. They got to put it in their mind, they have to visualize it. Then they transfer it to the paper. Even that is so expensive. To put a 3D model on the paper, first they have to visualize what it's going to be like. Define and define and define. Nikola Tesla talks about it. Then I put everything into my mind. I construct the model enough and enough and enough, and then I go and then put it into a machine. That's how we discovered motors, Tesla. So that there's least impact physically, and then there's faster that you can imagine and dream about. So, but for that to do, dear friends, we need to have clarity. I want to do a foreign vacation because our friends tell us, hey, you know what, we went this place and it's so good. Okay, I also should go there. Just because they asked, I also want to go there. We have no clarity of what we're going to do in Dubai if we want to go to Dubai. No clarity. I want to go to Dubai. I want to go abroad. I want to do this. But clarity is not there. Why? What do you want to do? I want to go to the desert safari. I want to spend the time there. And you see, I read this. These guys do the fire dancing is amazing. The amount of skill they exhibit, they play with the fire is amazing. But Burj Khalifa is like, yes, I've read, I've seen it, the video look awesome. And I want to see how this wonder has been built. So you have some clarity. When you have clarity, dear friends, I may get to know about them. So it's called learning. So when you learn about things that what you want, then you have enough data, enough ammunition to be able to go and feel what it means like. Having the goal means having clarity of the goal. Without ambiguity, there are 5 things. I want a lot of money. I want to make money. How much? Because in the field of quantum, people are happy with $100. They're happy, not happy with $1 million. What to do? People are happy with $100. So I want money, so you get $100. Be clear of what you want. Okay, I want $1 million. So what do you want to do with $1 million? What do you want to do with $1 million? If you can't even spend $10,000, why do you want to sit on $1 million? Because you don't know what to do with them. You don't know how to spend time. How to spend that with a feeling. I mean, it's not just an intellectual process. When people want my business to grow significantly, X amount of revenue, first understand, if you are at if you are a $1 billion business, do you know what it means to run a $10 million business? What does it take? What kind of experience you're going to go through? What kind of challenge you may come through? What kind of team you need? Do you have an idea for a $10 million business before you seek a $1 billion business? Because you have no clue what kind of challenges, what is the boardroom thing like, what's the corner office like, what is the customer calls like, what team structure like. You don't even have idea. So then manifesting a $1 billion business, while the possibilities are there, unlimited, but you need to be clear. We need to have clarity of what we want, because the clarity will help us to visualize and dream, put all our attention towards that thing with a feeling. The German university talked about, the research is that our feelings produce a lot more energy than thought. Clearer thought and then heightened feeling in the body. That's visualization. You feel as if you are dealing with these 30 executives, because now you've got a $1 billion business going, you got these worldwide executors all over. You know what happens in that boardroom. You know how things work, the dynamics, and you are maneuvering it. That's an experience you're going to go through. And then you're running a $1 billion business. You're sitting in the government departments and you're sitting with officials because you perhaps have to do some lobbying or work through some policies. You're going to go through that experience. So you visualize as if they're happening. When you have clarity of where you're going, dear friend, then you can visualize it. Visualization means you're going to putting all our energy towards that thing with a feeling. The primary reality we constructed as if it's already happened. The clearer the template is, the clearer the model is, the more faster it's coming into physicality. We know it. When you have a model, it's so easy to replicate it. Friend, the fourth one, we're going to go deeper into each of them during this week. The fourth one is reprogramming limiting beliefs. It's all good. I've got great focus going, strong mind. I'm going to end this another 4 minutes, so a complete session. I've got the strong mind going. Body is good, health is good. I have the focus. Now I'm developing openness. I keep meditating and then I keep experiencing something beyond the body. So I develop openness to the possibility of quantum field. We must experience something beyond the body. So then we start believing things that can happen. We must listen adequately to the many number of experiences. Read the book of Dawson Church. Amazing number of case studies that are there that tell you that things that you're focused on will happen. The mind to matter. Being open, we are there. We have some clarity, and so we're visualizing, but the beliefs, the limitations that are there, the deep-rooted limitations that happen and that are not knowingly sabotaging your visualization, because they also send signals that are subconsciously there. Because you told your subconscious that this is my model. You're a woman leader, you're working on it, you want promotion, you want to do this, but deep inside, as a woman has serious disadvantage in the corporate world. So you have this belief, deep belief inside. Every time somebody works that way, everybody says something, this reinforces itself. So we carry that belief that there are serious disadvantages for women in the corporate boardrooms. And so a slightest comment, a slightest event that points in the direction makes you immediately feel that belief. And so then it sends a signal. On one side, you want to be contributing at a board level. On the other side, we set this limitation and so it keeps triggering an opposing thought. We got to examine our limiting beliefs. We build a lot of awareness through meditation. And we got to examine a limiting beliefs through their awareness. We examine them. Oh, why am I thinking like this? Come on, this is so against what I want. Awareness must be there to hold it. And then secondary, friends, then we got to expand our knowledge and wisdom to know that there are so many ways people have done it. So many women have succeeded in being in the boardroom and contributing. So I too can be one. So we keep expanding our knowledge to believe our conviction towards the possibility of happening. To know more, to read more in that field, autobiographies, great executions, leaderships, or whatever that is relevant to being in a boardroom. We know more. And then tactically, we understand a process called empowering belief that we develop to reprogram the subconscious from that belief to something else with supports as opposed to limits. Belief reprogramming is one of the most important ones, something that held me back for months in my company's acquisition. Even though I've been practicing meditation for 15 years by then, the beliefs get formed all the time. 2-3 times in 2 days, you see a customer not respond to your request, another customer not responding, another customer makes a comment, and the meanwhile a friend calls you and says, you know what, yeah, this new thing that I'm trying is just not going through, nobody's interested. And with these 4 events, then suddenly you form a belief, oh, okay, what I'm carrying is not that attractive to the clients. Everybody's rejecting. We come to this belief, everybody's rejecting. To the next thing that you go, next client call, anyway, I've tried 3 times and all are rejecting, so this fellow also will reject. This is how we go in. You go in with openness and they ask a question. How many people are using it? Nobody's using it. They just ask a question. Now you come out and say, oh, everybody rejected, he also is saying something. So you start projecting out of what they asked. They probably still want to buy, but you project in the first place, oh, he's asking the question, nobody's using it, so he probably is not going to buy. So we concluded. The limiting belief that is triggering and saying, I have carrying something that's not sales worthy, and so that triggers all kinds of thought. And so we reinforce our belief to ourselves based on environment triggers. We must examine. I had 5 of them. In getting my company acquisition done, 5 limiting beliefs. I didn't realize I found all of them. Things like my investor is not known to the world, because I had an investor who was in commodity trading. But he's a great spiritualist. I love him. It didn't matter, because the world wants a very recognized institutional investor for an IT company to be acquired by a global IT company. So a belief that I formed that it may not be, is very difficult to get a position because my investors are unknown, that kind of stuff. So we reprogram beliefs, identify, and we reprogram by enhancing our understanding and then become more convinced of it. And the last one, dear friends, is accept and express gratitude. We got to move into coherence. Our today is happening based on yesterday. Our today experience is based on yesterday, last few months of thoughts and feelings, how we felt about our capabilities. If by the whole last 10 years, because of various situations in my company, I came to the conclusion that as a woman, I have disadvantage to get promoted to the vice president position because of various reasons, I have a disadvantage, and if I have that belief carrying, it's 10 years. And so now suddenly I understood the process. I will start visualizing. But I may still continue to attract that. Because of that, I will let go of many opportunities. Several times I concluded, I swore during the last 10 years that this is not going to happen for me in my company, because around those who I have sworn by myself with a feeling. So all of them are set in motion in the field. So what I experience today, even though I start meditating, what I'm experiencing tomorrow for the next 3 months, even though I meditate and positive visualizing, I still experience something of the old, is because we had enough of it going in the field before. And so we accept the law of cause and effect. We accept because I understand it. But I'm hopeful because I'm changing my present thought, and so the future will have to be better. So we accept, and that brings us coherency. So every time we get some rejection towards a promotion, we get a rejection, something is pushed back, but then we are accepting so that we stay in coherence. We don't feel rejected. We don't feel low. The low means we disconnect ourselves, and so our visualization is not working greatly. So we begin to coherence. So accept, express gratitude. Gratitude is a way to stay in coherence all the time. So dear friends, when we do all these 5 steps, developing one-point mindedness, openness to possibilities, setting clear goals and visualizing, reprogramming limiting beliefs, and expressing gratitude, all 5. There's no sequence and order. We just have to do all of them. They're not like step 1, 2, 3 like that. We just have to have that kind of state of being enabled into it. It's called state of being, how you feel about yourself when you approach anything. And we develop these 5 qualities, we sure can manifest things. We're going to go through in detail, step 2, 3, 4, 5. Step 1 is adequately been enforced for us through the last 2 weeks of understanding. Thank you very much for joining. And Rakesh, any announcements?
Thank you, Chandra. Wonderful concepts, and again helps us to recognize, even after practicing meditation, what are our beliefs. And thank you for the session. No announcement, but love to have participants share their experiences after this break.
Okay. Thank you, dear friend. So we'll see you if you plan time till that time. So thank you for staying back. We'll see you tomorrow again at 6 a.m. And the rest who want to interact, please stay back for 30 seconds. Thank you. Book club is there. Thank you, Deepa madam. There is a book club today, right, Rakesh? Morning 8:50.
Yes. Yes. Thanks for reminding. Yes, we do have a book club. Starts in another half an hour, 8:15. Please do join. Again, we're covering 2 books this program. One is Autobiography of Yogi, and the other is You Are a Placebo. So amazing books. Understand, many concepts that help us grow. So please do join. Thank you.
Hey, Koti, please open the chat. I think, guys, we got to be alert on this chat thingy. We're closing the chat during lectures because of distraction to me as well as to others listening. But there's no good
Open, sir, yes.
teammates if you don't open. Yes.
Yes, we do have few people. Yes, Kirti madam, Anush. You can unmute yourself, and you can switch on your video to help interact. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah, good morning, sir. Thank you so much for this session and for the meditation you're teaching. And I'm going through things. I'm understanding this is my first session. I'm still a beginner who's still learning. And I feel grateful for listening to your classes. And I'm truly impressed, and I feel something good in myself now. So thank you, sir. I just have a doubt. So I don't know how it overcomes me or how it is. So can I ask?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So actually, my thought process, how it is, before starting anything, I am so positive. I am so energetic to do that thing before I start. So I am ready to do it. I'll do it. I'll prepare for it. I'll do everything. By the time I start it, it'll be like, okay, just one negative thought will make me to think several. It just makes me think, okay, this might also can happen. Just one negative thought, and that I still can't overcome it because I don't know why, what is going on in me, and is it happening only in me? I don't understand that also. So
What do you
can you
think?
tell me?
What do you think? Is it happening only in you?
I don't know. Like when I spoke this, I spoke to my mom also regarding this. She was the one who inspired me to tell me. She does meditation, and she was like, at this time when you are going through the process, you are getting things to know. First, you're getting to know what is positive thought, what is negative thought. So you're understanding what is wrong, what is right. So you're differentiating it now. It still needs time for you to understand what is it, she told. So I don't know. I was like, okay, maybe I still have to go through the process and I have to understand what it is. I was thinking.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Staying back on this and now coming on to ask questions. Beautiful. You're gonna go places. The
Yes.
sincerity with which you want to approach, you're approaching is great.
Yes.
There is a big concept, thinking, feeling loop. Thinking, feeling loop. Once it starts, and then you're thinking, your thoughts will create some emotions. Emotions will go and trigger feelings in your mind to go back and produce another thought. And it goes around, goes around, goes around. Okay?
Yeah.
So that thinking, feeling loop happens for positive and negative both. And if 95% we have negative, and so all of them keep going around. And so it is common. It is common for everybody. It's called mental rumination when you're going only around negative stuff. And so it is okay. And it is going to happen, but over a period of time, your ability to stay in a positive thought will be higher and higher and higher. And the negative rumination goes down and gradually. Okay. And the thinking, feeling loop that goes on eternally, one or the other, meditation will help you to break it because that awareness is there. People who didn't have meditation, that awareness is less, so they got caught up in the emotion of the body, which is driving, because it takes less than a second for the body to respond the moment some thought comes. And so that thinking, feeling loops, you can't break it. So it goes on for like, minutes to hours. But the meditator's awareness can break that somewhere.
Yeah.
And so the chain is broken. So then an opportunity to change. Okay. Your mom is right.
So I don't know, but is this that I have to still go through the process because I'm still in the beginner levels to understand. Like when you are also explaining things out, like okay, this is right, this is wrong, and on some topics when you were telling, by the time I grasp it, it takes for me to understand. Yeah, but I still understand. But when I am doing meditation, I feel that okay, I am doing meditation, my breath is being controlled, I can feel that. But at some point of time, I feel that okay, I am subconsciously listening to your whatever you're speaking, I'm listening, and whatever you're telling, it's going through my head. But I don't feel that okay, am I meditating or what? What is the reason for that?
Okay, so just to conclude your first question, you will learn all of these. You will build up enough awareness to break those thinking, feeling loops much faster. Today, you are happening is going to take some time, right? All of it will happen slowly. You can't learn driving in, one day.
Yes, sir.
It's like that. Okay. And so just do not judge yourself. And then now that you understood my thoughts create reality, oh, my negative thought is saying so much negative, what the hell? I mean, so don't feel now more worried about that aspect because it's anyway, you're only getting better with less and less negative thoughts. So it is better than yesterday. So you understand from that perspective, you're getting better.
Yeah, that is actually feeling. I can feel that. I feel that I'm evolving and changing. and I have a bit anger issues, so I get too much short tempered. So I can feel that I can control myself. Like I have patience of listening to one person who is speaking right behind me, or like front of me who is speaking. I have that patience to listen now. Before, in that instance, I wouldn't have listened. I would have just yelled and I would have gone through. So I can see that process. Like I can see that I'm evolving in each and every stage. So thank you so much, sir, for
Yes.
that.
The meditation is, the question is, that's a part of the process. You may not be very aware of what I'm speaking, but somewhere you listen that, okay, there is something going on, and there are various stages of it, various not experience of it, right? You don't, you know that there is some background music, some music is there, some voice is there, but you don't hear about them. It's okay. That's one type of experience. Sometimes you're very, very clearly aware of everything I'm saying. You are empty, you know it. That's the consciously being fully aware of the emptiness and then still know about it. A true meditator is perceiving everything simultaneously, like a child. Best example is a child. A small boy, an infant below 5 years, is able to observe the surroundings fully, because you would have probably noticed it by playing with them. They tell you suddenly the dialogues you spoke, even though they look like they're playing here. So they observe everything, they scan everything. That's the nature of a true meditator, to be consciously aware of everything that's happening, and not be in it and then be the observer. So that states will happen over a period of time, but we have so many intermediate states. As if this is what you're experiencing is one type of experience. Just keep going with your meditation.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Yes, Rakesh.
Yes, Mr. Arun Kumar.
Yes. Good morning, all. Good morning to Chandra sir. Good morning, Rakesh. Yes,
Yes, sir.
today it was a very good session. I experienced, in my sharing experience, I will just brief about all that, whatever Chandraji has told today. I have experienced during my manifestation process when I started my startup company in 2021. So I wanted to share to all participants that whatever today, the 5 steps given, is all that I have done and proved as per the science. That yes, in fact, when I started 21 months back, that is almost 2 years back, this mindfulness and resilience meditation in one of the foundation, which I practiced since I was not knowing anything about a law of attraction or spirituality or meditation, though I had attended Ravi Shankar's Guruji's in 2011, but I disconnected since I went abroad, but I could not continue with the meditation process, though I attended a 4 days workshop. But then after coming from abroad in 2012, after 8 years in the corporate level, I worked in various 3 organizations. And then when during COVID times, I was almost in the pit. So I did not know what to do. Then I got connected to this 21 days workshop and healed all my health issues. My awareness, my consciousness increased, and I wanted to prove myself, yes, that I can do. Since I did not have any money to run a startup company, but I kept on teaching in the online sessions my new concept of prefab technology. But I had a sound belief and a great belief that I can do something to the society by protecting the Mother Earth and by using eco-friendly materials in this tough situation. So I started my journey, startup company, without a single investment, without a pie, and I worked on this, my inner self, with self-love, gratitude, and all this manifestation process. I worked for 90 days just by visualizing, and I had a clarity. I prioritized my goals. For the next 3 months, I should get at least 2 projects, and I should get like-minded parties who have good amount of money, which will be utilized for that particular project, and that I would get that project with ease, peace, and joy without any obstacles. So I went on with this inner self, and I continued this meditation for almost 90 days just by visualizing that it was a petrol bunk project, though I was not pre-qualified for that since I was on the journey of starting a startup company. But I had a belief, yes, I can do it, and I would succeed in getting this project. I kept on working, doing meditation, that as if, like Chandraji has told, that as if I have already got this project, and I visualized till the 90th day that this inauguration has already taken place, though physically the building has not been demolished for the running the petrol bunk. So it was a miracle to me to get this project, though the work order was not given at that point of time, but they invited me for the talks to handle the situation through one of the Indian Oil Corporation, through Nayara, where I was invited for the coating. They gave all the drawings, and then again started doing this visualization. And finally, they invited me and honored me with this project successfully. And recently only I completed, November 14th, there was inauguration ceremony where top persons from Nayara had come. And though it was for a 6 months period for a 1 crore job, but I completed in taking 9 months because of some situations which was not in my control, but I overcame with great ease, peace, and joy, and completed that project of 1 crore very successfully. That was my first project in my startup company. Just following these 5 steps, and with great gratitude, I gave to my petrol bunk dealer, landowner, and used the forgiveness process when chaotic situations happened. Because I'll share that experience in the petrol bunk, where petrol and diesel tank to be dug 15 feet below the ground level, and the water table was very high. And that was a rainy season in June, July, when we started that excavation. And since the water table was very high, since it was in Baswangudi near the Lal Bagh area, and there was a chances of sliding just into the compound wall. But I worked on myself every day, almost 7 days. I meditated that. In fact, I holded the rain, and it was very cloudy since 3 days. But I gave continuous, I put on my inner self with continuous meditation, that I gave a very positive intention as soon as I got up from my bed, that there should be clear skies. And even though the clouds were there, but there should not be any rain in our locality where the earthwork, the construction work is going on. And it was a miracle that when I gave a positive intention for the next 3 days, everything happened as my expectation. And we completed the diesel and petrol tank very successfully for the next 7 days and brought up above the road level. And we gave some shoring also precautions so that in case rain comes. So we took all precautions, and in the board meeting, we set up that I would take the responsibility if anything goes wrong. That much commitment I gave to the adjacent property owner, to the BBMP, to the petrol bunk dealer, and to the landowner, and made it very successfully. And though there were some chaotic situations, but I handled it with, this was a sharing experience. And recently it was inaugurated, and I felt very much grateful to all the stakeholders that I have done very successfully, and they also complimented. So thank you. And this, I request all the participants, especially the newcomers, to have belief in themselves and to undergo the techniques, process, whatever Chandraji is really telling, because it is, in fact, will give miracles and magical things happening in their lives. And consistency is the key, because for me, I've become a deliberate creator in attracting loving people, like-minded people, because whenever I get negative feelings, I just switch over, I just swap it with positive thoughts, and I give segment intenting for each and every activity. Wherever I go for the meeting, I just visualize everything will go well. So I attract positive people. And now I'm really grateful to the person who has introduced me to this 40 days of workshop, because it has given me more confidence, calmness, relaxation, and I'm having peace, because For the past almost 20 to 25 years, I did not have peace of mind, though I had made a lot of property while working abroad. I had a lot of money, but I have my own house, car, but I didn't have peace of mind. But after joining during COVID times, this 21 days workshop, I really came out of all that issues, and now I'm very calm, peaceful, and I'm more energetic, and I'm doing a lot of work to the society also through corporate social responsibilities, through Rotary, and I do Annadana. I do lot of good work to the society, and when whatever the positive intention we give, the intention is for a cause. So when you're doing for a noble cause, for a good cause, and definitely I believe in the universe will give. So our question is to just ask, emotionally feel, and then things will happen automatically. This is what I experienced throughout my almost 2 years of journey, and I've manifested almost 950 plus manifestation in these 2 years. And I've decided once I cross this 1,000 manifestations, my journey of writing a book on manifestation itself. So my next goal is to see that I write a book on this manifestations of my own experience, and I have almost all evidences with proof of video testimonial, audio testimonial, and my whatever the evidences I have, it has been, and I'll be using those evidences as a proof as a case study of various techniques I have used. I've done a lot of research in this 950 plus manifestation, and I'm grateful to Chandraji for giving me an opportunity to share my experience.
Yes.
And in fact, after joining this, this is my 15th day. I have done already 21 manifestations in this 14 days.
It's enough.
Thank you.
One thing we learn is also to stop when we're required.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
If you're not mindful enough, then what's the point of doing everything?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your beautiful experience. There is a lot going. Consequences we have to understand. Manifestation is one thing, but consequences is another. So the more we understand about the nature of creation, the more we'll be careful about what we're intending. Because there's always a consequence. The process of manifestation has to be appropriately understood so that we minimize the consequences that are unfavorable to us. We have the power to create. We have the power to hold the rain back. We have the power to bring rain. But what's the consequence of doing it? You're playing with nature. You've got to understand this, friends. What's the consequence of playing with nature and then holding and bringing back? We've got to understand this. Otherwise, it'll have implications somewhere else by the cause and effect. The notion of manifestation is to gain the strength to create, but then before that, we need to gain enough knowledge to understand the right thing to do, not so right thing to do. And then also align to what is that gives me deep happiness so that we don't waste our energy in many ways. Right? It's not a target we reach. It's not a target. It's aligning to what makes us happy. But yes, when we have Mr. Jaykumar showing the path, saying that it's possible. It's possible. I can do 1, I can do 2, I can do 3, it's possible. But we must move up immediately. When you become a creator, then we move up immediately. Yes, I know that it is possible, that can come, this can come. Then immediately look towards aligning to what we're doing, what gives us happiness. Service is for ourselves, not for some, we're not here to change the world, we're here to change ourselves. And so when we have the right way of thinking, approaching everything, and then align to the purpose that it gives us deep happiness, move, and apply all our manifestation towards it only, then we minimize consequences for ourselves. Otherwise, we're just going to keep coming back. Jatasya dhruvam mrityuhu. We come back, reincarnate again and again when we don't recognize what we're manifesting for. Yes, Shakti.
Thank you, Rakesh and Chandra sir. Again, my gratitude for giving so much clarity. So in this journey, in this entire process of learning, doing, and being, I only can say that the probably focus and clarity must be there. So that we can create our version 1.0, because they say that version 1.0 is always better than 0.0. But we can't go to perfectionism and think of version 10.0 or 5.0. So as you were telling, sir, that there are consequences to every action. So the clarity must be there. So sometimes I do procrastinate also, but from where to start and where not to start. But if you can give some more clarity on this issue.
It's an iterative process, Ashokji. It's an iterative process. If you overanalyze, we'll go into paralysis and not doing anything, you know that, right? It's called paralysis by analysis. And so we can't overanalyze it, right? So it's always what we feel at any given moment is right. And so then we follow that. So when you set out on something, and it's number one, we always must do something than to not do anything, right? Karma is better than akarma. No matter what karma you do, that's better than akarma, not doing anything. Because only then you gain some experience in life. There's a meaning to this body to be there, not just sitting idle. So there is karma. So you do something. And when you do something, like how much clarity I have or not have, I think that's a question, right? And how do you ensure that I'm in consequence?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's an iterative process. So we start off today, right? We already learned enough to say, how do I, for example, like where you said, I wished for rain to not come. I would change that and say, I'm wishing to not have impact my project. That is sufficient. You don't have to wish for the rain to stop, because there are many people who may require rain. They must be struggling to not have that rain possible, right? So now these things will develop the understanding and awareness when we keep becoming more mindful, and when we have a sincere intent to know more about ourselves and not just stay and say how many more things I'll create to myself. It's not the goal. It's about to know more about myself, the creation. And then slowly we'll develop our understanding. And so we change what we intend. Okay. But then it's not possible to know everything in one shot. So it is okay. So what do we do? Let's go with my feeling. At that moment, as we're progressing, but that day, based on what we know and what we feel is right, we put into the intention. Right? We put into intention. It is okay. Now your intention, that what you're wishing for, may have some impact, but it is okay. You are definitely have a better intention than what you would do a few years ago. So now you have better intention, right? And you're creating. Ultimately, you create, you'll get to an understanding that everything is an experience, good or bad. You know it. So you create, and so even if the consequence is there, of course, it's going to probably go through, put through some kind of a negative experience at some point. But then you will come to a conclusion that everything is an experience. So you become neutral. So you have a different way of dealing with it. And you also have a way to negate it at a later point once you understand that Through higher understanding, you can negate what you created for the past. You don't have to experience everything. You don't have to experience all the karma that is there, that is pending, that you put in the thought field. You can always cancel it. Dhyana Jagath karma. So there are various tools of how you can negate everything that has been created by you. What's important is to gain experience. So with what you feel right now, with the current clarity of what you know, and then what you feel, you do it, no problem. But do something, because that's essential, most important. Does it help?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It answers my confusion. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, friends. So thank you very much. I think we must go. Those of you joined the book clubs, they're starting. So we'll circle back again tomorrow at 6 a.m. Thank you.
You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your ability. You're capable of anything. You can achieve any dream. Please don't limit yourself. Don't live your life limited. It's not all sadness and misery. Life's a challenge, but you will succeed. Take control of how you feel in every circumstance. Work on yourself daily. Your story's far from done. The best is yet to come. To achieve, you must believe.